Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth and final class in the Letting Go and Moving On series. If you've been joining me for the last 3 weeks of practice, I just want to say thanks so much for sticking with me and coming on this journey with me. I really do hope that you've gotten something positive out of the last 3 weeks of practice, and I really hope that you get something positive out of our final practice together. I've done something a little bit differently with the class today. So instead of doing the class with you with a microphone, I've decided to film the class and then put a voiceover underneath the class. I did that because I was having a lot of sound issues in the last 3 classes. It's hard controlling the birds, and then now it's cicada season here in Sydney, so when I tried to film this morning it was really loud, and I just I can't control the background noise. So I've tried something a little bit differently. I hope this maybe works a bit better for you. Please leave a comment if you've been practicing for the last 3 weeks and you think that this method isn't the best, or if you really do prefer it, please let me know, because then I can know that in future this might be a better method to do that, to teach a class with online. So thanks so much for joining me, and I really do hope you enjoy this class. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. You can close down the eyes or find a soft gaze, with your palms resting in your lap. Begin to take notice of the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms wide up above you and bring them back down through space with the palms facing towards the ground. Inhale, lift them high. Bring the palms to face towards the ground and exhale them through the space in front of you. Inhaling, lifting high, and exhaling, bringing them down in front of you. We'll do a few more rounds of this at your own pace. Allow this gentle Qigong movement to ground you into the present moment. Inhaling, lifting the arms up high, and exhaling, grounding down through the space in front of you. Inhaling high, and exhaling, grounding down. We'll do this once more. On your next exhale, bring your hands back down onto your knees and take a moment to observe how you feel. Inhale, lift the right hand and put it on the left knee. Bring the left hand behind you and gently exhale while you twist. Allow the twist to come from the base of the spine all the way up to the neck, and look over the left shoulder. Slowly begin to unwind, coming over to the other side, bringing the left hand over onto the right knee and twisting over to the right side. Breathe deeply here, allowing every inhalation and exhalation to help you twist a little further. Slowly unravel back to center. Inhale, lift the left hand high and tip over to the right side, bringing your right hand or forearm onto the mat. Exhale upon arrival. Continue to breathe, feeling that deep stretch and lengthening. On your next inhale, come back through to center, moving over to the left side, placing the left hand or forearm onto the mat, and this time stretching through the right side of the body. Keep the right shoulder rolled open and gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, come back through to center and stretch over to the right side, reaching the left hand up and overhead. Inhale brings you back through to center, and exhale over to the left side, stretching through the right side of the body. An inhale brings you back up to center. Exhale both hands in front of you onto the mat. And send your feet back, coming into tabletop position. Shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, and lift the gaze into cow. Exhale, press the floor away from you and dome the upper back into cat. An inhale brings you back through to cow, and exhale brings you back through to cat. Continue with 2 more rounds of this at your own pace. On your next exhale, come back to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, send the shoulders slightly over the wrists. An exhale brings you through center to child's pose. Inhale, come forward, sending the shoulders slightly over the wrists. And exhale back through to child's pose. Do 1 more cycle of this in your own pace, allowing this gentle movement to help stretch your wrists. Inhale brings you back up to a neutral spine. Turn your palms around so your fingertips are facing your knees. Exhale, sit back towards your heels, gently stretching through the back of the wrists. Be gentle here and be careful not to stretch too far. On your next exhale, release the fingertips back towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the right hand high overhead, opening up through the right shoulder. Exhale, send the right arm underneath the left, threading the needle. Allow the right shoulder to rest on the mat and breathe deeply here. Inhale, press back through to tabletop and exhale. Inhale, lift the left hand high, rotating through the left shoulder. Exhale, send the left hand through underneath the right, threading the needle. Rest the left shoulder on the mat. Inhale presses you back up to a neutral spine. Exhale upon arrival. Slowly begin to walk the hands forward, keeping your hips over your knees. Only go as far as feels comfortable, coming into puppy pose or anahatasana. Drop the heart towards the mat and open up through the chest. Breathe deeply here. Inhale, come up onto your forearms and slowly walk the hands towards the body into tabletop. Exhale upon arrival. Inhale, curl the toes under and press back into your first downward dog. Exhale upon arrival. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Roll your triceps under to really activate through the shoulders. Feel free to pedal the legs or take any authentic movements to help you find a bit more space here. And as always, don't forget to breathe here. Look forward towards your hands and slowly begin to walk your feet towards your hands. Coming into Uttanasana, allow yourself to just hang here for a moment. Shake the head yes and no to release any tension in the upper spine and neck. On your next inhale, slowly begin to rise up to stand, one vertebrae at a time, going as slowly as you can. Head and neck come up last. Exhale deeply upon arriving in Tadasana. You can close the eyes down and take a moment to breathe and really notice how you feel here. Flutter the eyes open and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the hands overhead, eyes gaze upwards. Exhale, swan dive forward with a flat back. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold again. With your hands firmly on the mat, start to walk back into your high plank. Exhale, bring the knees, chest, and chin down to the mat. Inhale, gently lift into your cobra, rolling the shoulders down the back of the body. Inhale, press back, rolling through your knees into your downward dog. Bend the knees as much as you need to really lengthen through the spine here. Inhale, look forward and step your feet towards your hands. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. With the core engaged, inhale all the way up to standing. Bring your hands to heart center and breathe. We'll do this one more time. Inhaling, hands go up overhead, eyes gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, swan dive forward with a flat back. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, Uttanasana. Hands come towards the mat. Inhale, jump back towards high plank and move through your Vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, and then exhaling back into downward dog. Inhale, look forward and walk your feet towards your hands. Coming into Uttanasana. Exhale upon arrival. Inhale, engage the core and lift up to stand. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, send the hands skyward while the hips and the bum move back into Utkatasana or chair pose. Breathe deeply here. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat, coming into forward fold or Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, step, walk, or jump back into your high plank. Move through your Vinyasa here. We'll meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the knee, and bring it forward, planting it in between your two hands. Exhale upon arrival. Plug the left heel into the mat and inhale, lift up into Virabhadrasana or Warrior One. Exhale deeply upon arrival. On your next exhale, float the hands back down towards the mat. Step the right leg back, coming into your high plank. Move through your Vinyasa and we'll meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee and sweep it forward, bringing it between your two hands. Exhale upon arrival. Plug the right heel into the mat and inhale, lift up into your Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. Breathe deeply here. On your next exhale, float the hands back down towards the mat. Step the left leg back, into your high plank and move through your vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees and jump the feet towards the hands into Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the hands, drop the hips and bend the knees into your chair pose. Exhale, press back up to standing. Hands come to heart center. We'll do this once more. Inhale, lift the hands and sit back into your chair pose. Tuck the tailbone under to lengthen the spine. Float your hands behind you and interlace the fingers, opening up through the shoulders. Keeping your fingers interlaced, exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come back down towards the mat. Inhale, jump back into your high plank and move through your vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the knee and sweep it forward between your two hands. Exhale, plug the left heel into the mat and inhale, lift up into your Virabhadrasana 1. Interlace the fingers behind the body and send the arms back down towards the bum, opening up through the shoulders. On your next exhale, pour your body forward over your front leg, coming into humble warrior. Press through all four corners of both feet. Inhale brings you back up to standing. Release the hands down to the mat. Exhale, step back into your high plank and move through your vinyasa. We meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee and sweep it forward between your two hands. Exhale, plug the right heel into the mat and inhale, lift up into your Virabhadrasana 1. Send the arms behind you, interlacing the fingers and sending the hands down the back of the bum, opening up through the shoulders. Exhale, pour your upper body over your left leg. Breathe deeply here. Inhale lifts you back up. Releasing the hands down to the mat and pressing back into your high plank. Move through your vinyasa here. We meet again in downward dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees and jump your feet towards your hand. Exhale upon arrival, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the hands overhead and drop the hips and the bum, coming into your chair or Utkatasana. Once again, interlace the fingers behind you, opening up through the shoulders. Breathe deeply. Exhale, release the hands and press back up to stand into Tadasana. Inhale, float the hands high and gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, hands go back towards the mat. Inhale, jump back into your high plank. Bring your right knee onto the mat while rotating your hips to the left side of the mat. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat, lifting your left hand up towards the sky and rotating the shoulders open to the left side. Extend the left hand overhead. Inhale, bring the left elbow and the left knee together. Exhale, extend them back. Inhale, they come together, and exhale, extend them again. Do 2 more rounds of this at your own pace. Try to engage the core here, and remember you can modify by bringing the toe of the extended leg back towards the mat after each round. On your next exhale, release the hands back down towards the mat and step back into your plank position. Hold the high plank for the next 4 breaths. Remember to engage the core and breathe deeply. On your next inhale, bring your left hand to the center of the mat while allowing your left knee to come down onto the mat. Rotate your hips towards the right side of the mat, and on your next inhale, lift the right hand high, opening up through the right shoulder. Exhale, extend the right hand overhead. On your next inhale, the right elbow and the right knee come together. Exhale, extend. Inhale, they come together. Exhale, extend. Do 2 more rounds of this at your own pace, and remember to engage the core and the obliques while you go. On your next exhale, bring both hands back down towards the mat and step back into your downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the right knee and bring it forward and place it down between your hands. Exhale, plug the left heel. Inhale, lift into Virabhadrasana 1, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Adjust your stance and open the hips and the shoulders to the long edge of the mat, coming into your Virabhadrasana 2. Eyes gaze over the right fingertips. Inhale, flip your grip and send the arms back into your reverse warrior. Exhale upon arrival. Inhale, lengthen the right leg and windmill the right hand towards the shin or the ankle of the right leg, coming into your Trikonasana. Option to stay here or extend both hands so that they're parallel to the floor, challenging the core and the obliques. Exhale, bend through the right knee and reach for your block. Place the block about a foot in front of your right foot. Lengthen through the right leg while slowly inching the left foot off of the mat and extending it out behind you. Send energy through that left leg, flexing the toes towards the outside edge of the mat. Adjust the block to the height that you need, or option to remove the block and bring your hand towards the floor. Breathe deeply, and remember, if you fall out, you can always jump right back in. Inhale, look down and swim the left hand back down towards the mat. Remove your block and step back into your downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee and sweep it forward and place it between your 2 hands. Exhale, plug the right heel into the mat, and inhale brings you up to standing into your Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, adjust your feet and rotate your hips and shoulders towards the right side edge of the mat, coming into your Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale deeply and eyes gaze over the left fingertips. Inhale, flip the grip of the left hand and swim it backwards, coming into your reverse warrior. Exhale upon arrival. An inhale takes you forward, lengthening the left leg and swimming the left hand towards the shin or the ankle. Option to stay in your Trikonasana or to extend both hands parallel to the mat for an extra challenge for the core. Try to keep the breath as steady as you can here. Exhale, bend the left knee and the left hand finds your block. Inhale, begin to lengthen through the left leg while slowly swimming the right foot up and back behind you. Send energy through that back heel, flexing the foot towards the right side edge of the mat. Extend the right hand skywards while opening through the right shoulder and the right hip. Breathe deeply here. Exhale, release the right hand back down to the mat and inhale, step back into your downward dog. Exhale upon arrival. Rotate the triceps under to really activate the shoulders. Lengthen through your spine. Imagine lengthening your heels towards the back of the mat rather than just plugging them down into the earth. Hold here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift the right leg high, sweep it forward, planting it between your 2 hands. Fold the left edge of your mat inwards and bring your left knee towards the mat, coming into Anjaneyasana or low lunge. Inhale, come up onto your left fingertips to really open up through the shoulders and lengthen the spine. Exhale, send the hips and the hands backwards, lengthening through the right leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana or half splits. Option to use your blocks here so that you can really lengthen through the spine. Inhale, walk the hands forward, bending the right knee, coming into Anjaneyasana once more. Gaze forward to really lengthen the spine here. On your next exhale, walk the hands back, sending the hips back, coming into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Really pull the right hip back in space so that you really get that extension through the calf and through the hamstring, flexing the toes towards your forehead. An inhale brings you forward again into Anjaneyasana. On your next exhale, walk back towards your Ardha Hanumanasana. On your next inhale, come forward. Curl the left toes under, lifting the left knee off of the mat. Unravel your mat. Exhale, press through the hands and send the right leg back into downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high and bring it forward, placing it between your 2 hands. Curl the right side edge of the mat inwards and bring the right knee towards the mat. Exhale upon arrival. Come up onto your fingertips or onto blocks to allow your shoulders to open and your spine to lengthen. Exhale, walk your hips and your hands backwards, moving into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Lengthen the left leg and flex the toes towards the forehead. Really press through the shoulders to lengthen through the spine here. Inhale, walks the hands forward while bending the left knee, coming into your Anjaneyasana. Your exhale sends the hips and the hands backwards, coming into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Really pull the left hip back here through space to really allow for the stretch in the calf and the hamstring. Inhale brings you forward one more time into Anjaneyasana. And an exhale takes you back into your Ardha Hanumanasana or half splits. On your next inhale, come forward back through Anjaneyasana. Curl the right toes under, lifting the right knee and removing the mat from underneath you. Remove your blocks and place the hands firmly on the mat. Send the left leg back, pressing into your downward dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees and jump the feet about mat width distance apart towards your hands, coming into your Malasana or yogic squat. Bring the hands to heart center and allow the elbows to open the knees and the hips. Press through the feet here and engage the glutes, making sure that you're not just hanging into your hips. Inhale, press the right hand into the mat while lifting the left hand, rotating slightly into this gentle twist. Release the hands back to heart center. Then place the left hand into the mat and open up through the right shoulder. Breathe deeply here. Exhale, release both hands back down to the mat and press into the feet to come up to Uttanasana or forward fold. To come into crow, press your knees into your upper arm, anywhere between the upper elbow all the way to the armpit. Bend your elbows and play with your balance here, bringing your heels into your bum. You can try with one leg first and then the other. Once in crow, really focus on sucking your navel into your spine. That should help you float a little easier. Exhale your feet back down to the mat and lengthen the legs, coming into Uttanasana. Flip your palms so the back of your palms are resting on the mat and slide them under the soles of your feet. Breathe here, allowing this counter stretch to really stretch through the wrists. Release your palms back down to the mat and step back into downward dog. Inhale the right leg high, bend the knee and open up through the right hip. Careful to keep both shoulders stable here. Exhale, bring the right knee forward and place the right foot down between your two hands. Plug the left heel into the mat and inhale up to Warrior Two. Hips are square to the long edge of the mat and the eyes gaze over the right fingertips. Shorten the stance if you need and lengthen through the right leg. Begin to twist, moving the left hand forward while sending the right hand back. Exhale upon arrival. Inhale, fold forward over the right leg, placing the left hand on the outside edge of the right foot. Option to keep the right hand suspended above you or putting your hand on your hip. Rotate open through the right shoulder while gazing down at your feet if you're finding it hard to keep your balance. Breathe into your revolved triangle. On your next exhale, reach for your block and place your left hand on the block a few feet in front of your right foot. Bend the right knee and with control start to lengthen through the right leg while inching your left leg off of the mat. Lengthen both legs and extend energy through the left leg, kicking it back behind you. Flex the toes and rotate the right shoulder open. Breathe into your revolved half moon or Ardha Chandrasana. And if you happen to fall out, just jump right back in. On your next exhale, with control, release the left leg back down behind you towards the mat. Bend the right knee. Inhale, bring your right hand to the inside edge of your right foot. Exhale, extend your left arm up and overhead, coming into your side angle pose. On your next exhale, windmill the hands back down towards the mat and step back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, roll the shoulders forward into high plank and move through your Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg high, bend the knee, and rotate the left hip open, being careful not to dip the right shoulder. Exhale, sweep the left leg forward and planting it between your two hands. Plug the right heel into the mat and inhale, lift up to Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat, eyes gaze forward over the left fingertips. Shorten your stance if you need, and on your next inhale, lengthen through the left leg while twisting the right fingertips forward and sending the left fingertips back. Exhale, fold forward over your left leg. Option to keep your left hand on your hip to help with the balancing. Bring your right hand to the outside edge of your right foot onto the floor or onto a block. If you feel steady here, option to lift the left hand and rotate through the left shoulder. Breathe deeply here into your Parivrtta Trikonasana. On your next exhale, reach for your block and put it about a foot in front of your left foot. With the right hand firmly on your block, inhale, bend the knee slightly of the left leg while simultaneously lifting the right foot off of the floor. Exhale, stand and lengthen through the left leg and extend energy all the way through the right leg, kicking it back behind you. Flex the toes as much as you can. Option to keep the left hand on your hip or extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Totally up to you, depending on what feels good. Don't forget to breathe here. On your next exhale, swim the right leg back towards the mat. Release the right hand from the block, bend the left knee, and bring the left hand to the inside edge of the left foot. Exhale the right hand up and overhead into your side angle pose. Exhale releases both hands back down to the mat. Inhale, step the left leg back into downward dog. Exhale, drop the knees and come into child's pose for 4 long and steady breaths. Really breathe into the back of the rib cage here, allowing yourself to melt completely into the mat. On your next inhale, rise up to a 4-point pose or tabletop position. Cross your feet behind you and slowly begin to sit back onto your bum. Exhale, your bum comes to the mat and your legs lengthen in front of you. Inhale, grow nice and tall through the spine, lifting the hands overhead. Exhale with control and engaging the core, slowly pour your body over your legs. Really focus on lengthening through the spine here first. The real goal of Paschimottanasana is not to bring the knee to the forehead, but rather to really lengthen as much as we can through the spine, as though you want to reach your forehead to your toes. Only once you feel you've lengthened your spine completely, then begin to fold your forehead towards your knees. Option to bend your knees here if that feels more comfortable. Feel free to do whatever feels good in your body. Inhale, while engaging the core, walk the hands back towards your hips. Bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Exhale, slowly and with control, begin to lower your spine all the way down to the mat. Once you arrive, walk your heels as close to your bum as possible. Arms are lengthened beside your upper body. Inhale, press through the feet and lift the hips up towards the sky. Rolling your shoulders open, interlace your fingers underneath your bum, coming up into your bridge pose. Option to stay here, or inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Really press through the right foot here, being careful not to let your hips sink too low. Exhale, release the left leg back down to the mat. Inhale lifts the right leg up towards the sky. Really press through the left foot here and extend energy through the right toes. Exhale brings the right foot back towards the mat. Slowly and with control, release the hands back beside you and slowly allow the hips to float back to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and begin to make small circles with your knees, just allowing any tension that might be in the lower spine to be released. Whenever you're ready, rotate your knees to the other direction. Sitting up gently, grab your bolster or cushion and put it as close to your bum as possible. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to flop out wide. Exhale, lower your body gently onto your bolster and allow your hands to flop out wide. Take a few deep breaths here in this supported Supta Baddha Konasana. On your next exhale, slowly press up into a seated position, removing the bolster from behind you. With your soles of your feet together and your knees still wide, exhale, slowly begin to pour your body forward over your legs. Only go as far as feels comfortable, extending your hands out in front of you. Take a few deep breaths here. On your next inhale, come back up to a seated position. Allow your knees to come together and hug them into your chest. Slowly begin to lower back down onto your spine, tucking your chin to protect your lower back. Exhale deeply upon arrival. Inhale, send your hands out to a T-shaped position beside you. Bring both legs off of the mat and cross your right leg over your left. exhale, send your knees over to the left side. Your eyes gaze over to your right fingertips. Take a deep breath here in twisted roots. Slowly inhale, unraveling first through the neck, and then lift the knees back up into a neutral position. Exhale upon arrival. Swap the legs, so now the left leg crosses over the right. Exhale gently, lowering the knees over to the right side of the body. Turn the gaze to look over the left fingertips. Breathe deeply here. Make sure that both shoulder blades stay on the mat during your twist. Inhale, unravel the head and lift the knees back to a neutral position. Bend your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice hug here. Inhale, reach for the outside edges of your feet. And exhale, bring your knees towards you, keeping the soles of your feet parallel to the sky. Coming into your happy baby pose. Really focus on lengthening the tailbone towards the mat as much as you can. Feel free to rock from side to side if you like, or just stay still. On your next exhale, slowly release your feet and your hands down to the mat. Take them wide, preparing for your savasana. Release any rhythmic breathing if you haven't already. Relax the toes and the ankles, the calves and the hips. Relax the fingertips and the elbows and the shoulders. Feel the heavy weight of the chest and torso melt deeply into the mat. Relax the head and the neck, the lips and the tongue. Close down the eyes and relax that space right between the eyebrows. Allow yourself to completely let go in the next few minutes. Slowly and gently begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers, reintroducing a gentle and soft energy into the body. Rotate the wrists and the ankles. And take your hands up overhead and give yourself a nice big stretch, just like a cat waking up from a nap. Move gently and bring your knees into your chest. Whenever you're ready, roll over onto one side into the fetal position and breathe here for a few moments. Whenever you're ready, using your arms, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. You can close the eyes down or find a soft gaze. Slowly begin to reintegrate into the environment around you. Take a moment to observe something you can hear or smell or feel. Whether it's birdsong or the wind on your skin. Take these moments to slip back into the present. As you move through the rest of your day and through the rest of the year, I hope you feel a sense of peace, acceptance, and hope for the year ahead. Recognize the achievement in you taking the last 4 weeks for yourself to come to your mat and explore the practice with me. I hope as you move through the rest of your day, you take the tools you've learned on the mat and apply them to every aspect of your life, knowing that when things get tricky or when times get tough, you can always come back to the breath. Allow it to guide you into your next decision, into your next movement, and onto your next journey. All the tools you need to succeed are already within you. Flutter the eyes open. The light in me honors the light in you. We humbly bow, recognizing the beauty within us and within each other. Namaste.